What's good? What's good, man? Shit is crazy, man. It's kind of strange. It's like people, when I say I believe in God, like people like be looking at me crazy, or they ask crazy questions and shit. Like, I mean, why do I believe in God? Like, what's the alternative? You know, it's like we came from monkeys or apes or some type of animal. We evolved, or we was created by God. Like, I want to choose that. You know, we was created by God. Like, what's wrong with that? The Creator. And then another question, they be like what God? Like, there's only one God. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. The Creator of all things, the Most High, the God, the Creator. What God? I don't know.
I put my right hand to God. I put my right hand to God.
Then, you know, they'd be like, what's my religion? I don't have no fucking religion. Like, I don't believe in religion. You know? I was born into a Christian family. You know, I'm Christian.
I put my right hand to Jesus.
They'd be like, oh, you believe in a big white man in the sky? Like, what? It's crazy, man. Like, when I was growing up, I didn't have, like, it wasn't all of this. It wasn't all these pagans. Like, I called it pagans. You feel me?
Who's Shorty supposed to be? Shorty been watching too much Harry Potter. Look like a whole witch out here. Oh, shoot. Way cast a spell on motherfuckers. Man. This shit fucked up.
Like, when I was growing up, if I say, you know, I believe in God, everybody knew what I was talking about. Nobody asked what God, or, you feel me? What religion. That's something new, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't saying there wasn't other religions here or whatever, but what I grew up around, you know, later on, you know, I had family, you know, Nation of Islam, you know, all the God body shit stuff popping off, but everybody knew what God I was talking about, man. Like,
and now he is even greater.
Yes, he is.
Because he has no bounds and no limits. His energy is everywhere. He can touch, he's there with you now, and he's here with me now.
That's true.
I put my right hand to Jesus.
Wow.
So please do not fear death. Death is just the beginning of a wonderful world. And I tell myself, enemies liked thrilling things, and now my son knows the mystery, the secret rather, to the mystery of life. Ashe.
Ashe.
now we have African gods, and now we Egyptians and Israelites, and you know, in the Bible I read, you know, the Israelites, and all of those who followed Christ became Christian. Like, they was called Christian. Like, so whoever didn't follow Christ, I guess, you know, was pagans, man. I don't know, man. But it's weird, man. Now, I know they say Christian means follower of Christ, and biblical Christian faith is older than the religion called Christianity. And biblical Christians followed the Christ. Those who did not follow the Christ were later called pagan. This included heathens and antichrists. There were also pagan who pretended to be followers of Christ, or Christian. This would later become Christianity, or the members or followers of Christianity. Pagan gods became the Satan, meaning adversary or accuser.
You see Christian theocracy just creeping itself into our government, and it is our duty to stand up to this.
Did not expect that from Hail Satan.
We're not what you think we are.
I'm going to tell all my friends to come and see this movie. I am a Christian, however, I really love what they're doing.
Satanism is looking out for the other, because we are the other.
Now, as far as I know, this United States of America or whatever was founded by people who called themselves Christian. You know, they was really pagan or whatever. And, you know, they were called New Christian. many were like crypto Jews and Muslims. That means like they were converted to Christianity, but they secretly still practice their religion. But on the surface, you know, the nation was founded by so-called Christians. So, you know, it's all creeping to the surface.
It is out of not only Satanism, but patriotism that I am motivated.
Hail Satan! Go see it. It's the feel-good Satan movie of the year.
Who really are these satanic secret societies, which they call, you know, the Illuminati and Masons and what else they got? Shriners. You know, it's all different type of cults. You feel me? So, you know, I just stick to the Christian faith. You know, I don't get into no religions, because religions is like cults, like different denominations. It's just Christians, you feel me? So, and then, you know, the whole thing about, you know, the Jewish fable of the curse of Ham, which they say, you know, black people are cursed. You feel what I mean? Like, so, you know, in the old world, you have the old world, you have the new world. You know, black people from the old world were called Hamites, and they was, you know, said to have the curse of Ham. But, you know, in the Bible, Christians are told not to believe in Jewish fables. But anyway, my point is, so-called Negroes in the new world were not called Hamites. You feel me? And on top of that, they say that Native Americans were called Negroes. So Negroes in the new world were not Hamites. You know what I mean? But, you know, I don't believe in the whole curse or nothing, but I'm just saying what they said. And, you know, it's a Jewish fable. But
Malcolm X revealed some very vital, unconventional details on what Negroes, or rather African Americans, were truly considered to be as a nationality of race prior to being called or labeled a Negro.
Aborigines, which means what? Black folks. You never find a white aborigine. Aborigines are called natives, or they're always dark-skinned people. You and I are aborigines, but you don't like to be called an aborigine.
Malcolm X stated that the rock landed on us after he returned across the waters because he learned new things. He learned that the rock had truly landed on us and that we were from these lands. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. also stated in his I Have a Dream speech that we are held in exile in our own homeland.
The Negro is still languished in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land.
If it took 30 days for a ship to go from Africa to here, and let's say he got 200 on the ship, 200 times the 30 days plus supplies, how many ships would he need to bring 100 million niggas over here to North America? Yeah. There's no way that that story can fan out. Two, black people have always been in North America. There has never been a time when the black man was not on the shores of North America. Who are you calling the black man? Who am I calling? Hey, Reggie, I know you. Just answer me. Me. The ones who you call the Native Americans were black.
Well, you know what? You got Asiatic Indians who are not black. You got the black Indians who are black. You hear what I just said? Yes. There are some Indians who are black.
Yes. Thank you. Now, we have black Indians, we have black Europeans, black Asians, black Australians, black whatever. It's black, you know, black people are Aboriginal. So, you know, I'm native to what they call North America, like, or Aboriginal. Or, you know, I'm descended from Aboriginals. You know, as far as I can tell, like, there's no proof otherwise besides a bunch of theories like the out of Africa theory or whatever. But in history or whatever, I don't say I believe in history and none of that, but I study it because, you know, people always believe in history. Like, oh, you know, they said this in history, but whatever. So my point is that, like, Columbus never came to, you know, where my people was from or whatever. So, you know, I don't know how people was called Indian in North America. Like, I thought Columbus went to the West Indies or you know, the Caribbean, but I don't know. I don't know how that came about. You know, if you do, you feel me? Like, I'll look into it more. But anyway, I'm not an Indian. You feel what I'm saying?
Aborigines, which means what? Black folks. You never find a white aborigine. Rather, aborigines are called natives, or they're always dark-skinned people. You and I are aborigines, but you don't like to be called an aborigine. You want to be called an American.
So no matter what you believe, you know, there's evidence from the so-called white people, or you want to believe what the so-called black people or anybody say. They tell you, you know, it was so-called black people here before the so-called white people came. But there's no history evidence or nothing about so-called white people being here. Now, I'm not saying this is all true or none of that, but I'm just saying this is what it is. So you can tell me I'm from Africa or I'm this or I'm that, but you have to prove it. You know, I have proof saying otherwise, that I'm from here. You know, through my family history, lineage, like, it's just traced here. My native land is North Carolina. You feel me?
Baby boy, you
What
don't want me to
about
look.
you?
I'm asking
You know
you.
what I'm saying?
I'm
Yo,
asking you.
I'm
bro.
African, nigga.
Stop playing with me, bitch. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me, nigga. You think I'm playing with you? Stop playing with me. Go ahead. Fuck out of here, nigga. You serious? Touch me, nigga. Ever. I'm gonna let you live on that. Don't ever touch me, nigga. Fuck out of here. Ever touch me.
I don't think people understand the difference between facts, truth, and theory. The fact is that I was born into a so-called black American Christian family. The truth is, no one knows how my family came to America or how they became Christian. The theory is that they were brought from Africa as slaves by the so-called white man who made them Christian. The problem with that is that there were already so-called blacks in America before so-called white people. And there were already Christians in Africa before the white man was converted to Christianity in Europe. It was also said that Africans, or so-called Africans, brought Christianity to the Europeans. The theory is that there were no Christians in the so-called New World before the so-called white man brought it there. The truth is, no one knows this to be a fact. So, with that said, I'm going to stick to the facts. And the fact is, I came from a so-called Native American Christian family who were classified as Negro or black. That's what I am, and that's who I am. You may have your theories, but no one knows the truth. So like I said, I'm sticking with the facts. The fact is that biblical Christian faith is older than the religion called Christianity.
Chapter 17, verse 71, The Night Journey. On the day when we shall summon all men with their record, whoso is given his book in his right hand, such will read their book, and they will not be wrong a shred.